we started just a story.
The first time that we ever all three played together, there was just an immediate kind of energy and chemistry.
A lot of things this year had kind of come full circle.
What went down has come back up and around.
Real and stripped down, what you see is what you get.
It's an interesting theme, collaborative, with this record being maybe the most collaborative and unified thing. Red June opening up a little bit more to the world.
We like a diverse array of music. I mean,
So this is kind of a different kind of form of co-writing.
Or that good music has good soul.
I think this is a really good set of songs.
It's sort of a real organic way of developing the arrangement.
Did not really know what was going to happen with the songs going into the studio, so we let the magic of...
It just seemed like the energy was totally right on.
It felt like a homecoming for some.
It's sort of the best way I can convey that. Every time...
Good songs being delivered with real feeling.
I think music can build community. It brings people together.
Just Western North Carolina has a special place for us.
So we're just really excited to kind of see where this record can take us.
Like the Bible says, there's nothing new under the sun.
Put it together in new and different ways.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Springtime comes just once a year, but through the winter nights I know you're here, and I wait for you. The songbird sits upon my bough. Surely it won't be long now.
My name is Natalia Weinstein Miller, and I play the fiddle and sing with Red June. And I'm originally from Amherst, Massachusetts. I moved to Asheville, I guess about 9.5 years ago, to play music. So, and that's where I met John and Will about 9 years ago. And yeah, been playing music ever since.
My name's John Cloyd Miller. I'm from Hickory, North Carolina. January of 2004. I moved to Black Mountain, actually. And that's where I met Natalia and Will, I think that same year.
The first time that we ever all three played together, there was just an immediate kind of energy and chemistry, and I think that and some tension. You know, like we all have very unique personalities, and that creates energy and sometimes tension. And I think that actually, I mean, we've said it before. To have a good band, you need to have a little bit of tension or push and pull, or
I think that's true.
Something to make it palpable for the audience.
What am I doing? My name, Red June.
Yeah.
Musical background.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Will Strawn. I play the resonator guitar and the acoustic guitar, and I sing and write songs for Red June. Yeah. Well, shit.
That's good. I mean, a little bit closer just for the microphone to pick up.
Yeah.
That's great.
I'm originally was born in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I grew up in Chicago playing trumpet and piano, and I picked up the guitar in high school because my sister didn't want to take lessons alone. So I got into folk music, Bob Dylan, Neil Young, and then bluegrass and old time and blues and country, and I like to play all of those old songs, and I think they definitely inform my writing as well.
Where I'm headed.
So it's something like. Saddle up, my son. There'll be time for everyone at home. But right now's ours. Smoke on that divide. Winds blowed far and wide. Covers the Absaroka skies. Lucky knows the way. We were here the other day, riding down the fence line in the dark. You know what we usually do with our albums is we just write songs, and then we bring the ones that we think would work for the band, and we try them, and if they stick, they stick, and if they don't, they don't. I hear you doing well, secondhand from other people's wives.
Well, yeah, this is our third album with Red June, and this is our first experience working with Organic Records, and we're really excited to have a team of people to work with, to give us feedback and support and guidance, and of course expertise. We had a really amazing experience in the recording studio, just really great technical proficiency from the engineer and our producer Tim, who are both fabulous. And I think we really wanted with this record to just really elevate Red June beyond just kind of a local or even regional band, and just kind of present Red June on a national level, and really elevate our music as well. The quality, the production, the songwriting, I think is the best songwriting that we've done yet in this band. It's really, I feel like the sound is really cohesive. All three of us were really engaged and involved in the arrangements and in the vocal harmonies. It's the most kind of intricate and developed vocal work that we've done on any of our records so far.
We had a wonderful time in the studio. Van Atkins is an amazing engineer. I can't say enough about him, and Tim Surratt helped us produce this, and he was
played bass on the record.
Yeah, he played bass.
Excellent
and was
bass.
Just has an amazing ear. He's a brilliant musician.
He heard notes that I didn't even know existed.
Yeah, I didn't even know there were notes like that. We had a great time with those guys, and just looking forward to hearing it all come together. So.
I saw you in August when the leaves were yet gold. The promise of promise in a story untold.
Well, we met We met Nancy Joyce, I guess it was maybe a couple months back. Mickey Gamble introduced us, and we were just immediately drawn to her energy and her artwork. She has a beautiful studio down in the River Arts District, kind of brick walls and tall ceilings, and beautiful red couch right in the middle. And it just really, we just connected with her and with her artwork right away. And Mickey had suggested the idea of a collaboration where she would paint something sort of influenced by our music or inspired by our music, and so we were really into that because we're big. We like to combine art and music, and so it was a really exciting idea to get to work with an artist, especially because Asheville has such a vibrant artistic community, and so it was a neat way to think about how can we combine some of these strengths of Asheville instead of having separate communities like a visual artist community and a music community. How can we combine these together to create something unique and special?
I hope you find something out there where the broken bells ring.
Some peace and some purpose in the song that you sing. Won't you write it down? 'Cause we need it now. When you cross that river.
I'm Nancy Hilliard Joyce, and I'm an artist in Asheville, North Carolina, in the River Arts District. I have been painting since I was 12 years old, and currently do all sorts of projects. I work everything from mixed media, mostly acrylics and oils, and have lately been collaborating with Organic Records to do this large piece behind me that will eventually be the CD cover for Red June. And I've been painting it along with them as they've been playing their music and as the album's been unfolding, which has been pretty exciting and interesting as the days have gone on.
I saw you in August when the leaves were yet gold. The promise of promise in a story untold. We need it now. Won't you read it now? 'Cause we need it now. That's where I'm headed.
I'm really excited about the 11 songs that we're going to have on this record. We all contributed to the writing, and there's a lot of harmony, which is one of the aspects of the band that people have really been drawn to. And we're lucky that we have, it almost, I think we're all good singers, but what makes singing more compelling and harmony is the blend of the voices. And between John, Natalia's, and mine, there's just that magic that happens that you can't buy and you can't practice to make it work. It just so we're really fortunate with that.
I am free from earthly burdens. I am free from suffering and sin. Free to hear the angels sing and invite me to come in. And invite me to come in.
So the songs that I write do incorporate a lot of harmony, and I have always tried to use not just the music, but also the singing and when things come in as a way to tell the story of the song. Ancient Dreams, that's going to be on the record. And when I wrote that, I had in mind John and Natalia and my friends in the art world, whether it's acting, music, painting, who, if you choose this career and you get to be our age, you really hope that things, if you've been doing it for 10 or 20 years, it's really wonderful to see folks that have chosen a pretty difficult path come to realize a little bit of success, and felt like I was starting to see that with my individual friends in the band, and also other people. And so that song is sort of a tribute to that.
I love the way you glide, and I'll be there when you slide. You did the same for me, and what went down has come back up and around.
Where We Started is sort of the most straight ahead. It's one of the more straight ahead songs on the album. It's just kind of a straight up Americana song. It's
miles and miles from what we ought to be. This is what it's about. No light for way out.
In life, you go through cycles and circles, and sometimes, you want to stay connected and rooted with something, but you also want to break out of that a little bit. So I think it's sort of about how life kind of cycles back, and we joke about how, that could be, it can happen even with the band. Like if you think about where we started, it's cool to think about. There's a lot of things that kind of came up this past year that felt like we were cycling back.
Springtime comes just once a year, but through the winter nights I know you're here, and I wait.
That was one that I wrote for Natalia to sing. One day I was laying on the back porch, and I was in a hammock, and I didn't have anything to do all day, which was kind of nice. But she was going to work, and she said, "Why don't you do something with yourself?"
I think I said, "Why don't you write a song for me this afternoon?"
So I did. I just laid there and thought up a song while I was laying in this hammock out here, and I was picturing this tree that's in our backyard that I like a lot, and I was picturing this tree, and it just is there all through the seasons, and I started picturing a flower that would come up like a bulb, a tulip or something, and it's like the tree is waiting just for the bulb to emerge, and the tree's kind of just longing to have a connection with this flower, and it's just such a fleeting moment. But I don't know, I just find that to be kind of tragic and sweet at the same time.
Even so, you never stay long enough to get to know that I still wait for you.
Started one day when I was hiking out in the Smokies in a waterfall, and I think I liked the idea of kind of thinking of a melody that was really just sounded like water running. And so it's sort of my, they like to call it my 90s new acoustic song, but it's rooted in sort of that time period of music which kind of shaped where I was able to connect my classical background with a more of a traditional direction. Yeah, I think music, I think music serves a lot of different functions. I think I think I've mentioned the community aspect a lot, and that to me is a big part of it, is that I think music can build community. It brings people together. I think that music can help you process emotions or to feel things or connect with people, in a really kind of human and elemental way. And I think that's what we strive to do in our shows.
Community building aspect, particularly of traditional music, is something that we're really appreciative of. that's a really special thing. And you know, the traditional aspect of what we do is something we never want to let go of as well, because that's a part of Red June's identity, I think, as well. We like to create something new, but it comes out of what's come before.
May not be able to stand so tall. May not have the endurance of Moses in the wilderness, but I'm willing to try. I may not be able to walk
like him,
I may not be able to talk
like him,
I may not be able to preach like Paul. I may not be able to walk
like him,
I may not be able to talk,
like him.
but I'm willing to try.
I'm fortunate enough to play with a group that is a really awesome vehicle to get my songs out there, and they appreciate who I am as a person and the type of musician that I am, and I happen to feel the same way about them. And so that, if you have that in a band, that's a special element, kind of like the type of the way your harmony might sound. You can't manufacture that. Red June has been to be friends and then to be part of a business and to be artists, and where everybody's got their opinion, everybody has slightly different talents. That's a work in progress too, and we are still here and still together, and we're fortunate to have some help and some backing, and it means quite a lot to me personally, and I know to the band, to have people who care a lot about music and really good artists themselves at Organic Records and Crossroads believe in you. They're not looking to capitalize. I think they're drawn to us and to our music because in similar ways that are important to us, we like to reach people and people have a response to it, maybe a little bit different than your average rock song or folk song. I think there's that may be one of the most special things about us, is that our music kind of gives people permission to feel and to look at some things that they might not normally do.
Look at all the sides of me. And I'm waiting for a turn. Something we both understand. Let's give it a